Hi. It's interesting, isn't it, how we sometimes get so used to some things that we don't see them anymore. We don't really realise what it is we're doing. We get so used to it. I always think about driving. I do quite a bit of driving, and driving is, we get very used to it. But here I am hurtling along at 70 miles an hour in a metal box, and it's taking me no effort, and I can listen to my music, and I can find out where I'm going because there's a satellite in the sky telling me and all that kind of stuff. And it's amazing, it's ridiculous really when you think about it, when you break it down to what you're actually doing and what's being done on your behalf by the mechanics around you. But we just get in the car and we go. And that kind of is a little bit like where we're going to be with our life group this evening, looking at something which is really quite amazing. And that is that whilst we're very used to the idea that the rich and the famous live behind protected walls, they live behind gates, they live behind security services, and quite understandably there are negative forces out there of one form or another. People who live in the public eye do have to be protected. But whilst we're used to that as being perfectly ordinary, at the same time we also expect, particularly those of us who've been Christians for a while, to be able to just turn up at God's door whenever we feel like it, in whatever state we happen to be in, and talk to Him. We expect to just rock up as we are to the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the most amazing, the most complete, the most remarkable person there is, just as we are, and have a chat. And what we want to do tonight is look at how that's possible, how the death and resurrection of Jesus achieved that level of intimacy and access with somebody who should be and is the most different and the most separate, and yet because of the cross, Jesus makes us able to come into the presence of God just as we are. So tonight, let's just have a look at that and be amazed at what God has achieved for us, what Jesus did for us on the cross, and revel in the freedom we have to come into the presence of God. Have a good evening.